Hey yo, what it is? What's up? It's your boy Corrosive, and we back at it with some more fighting games. And this fighting game I wanted to bring to y'all is Guilty Gear Strive. We're trying to see if we can strive in Strive. And I decided, like how I always do in fighting games. If you don't know, now you know. What I like to do when I play a fighting game that I used to play is I try to play a new character, right? And looking at all the new characters that I had, I decided on Slayer. And you know, what can I say other than Mappa? Like I do enjoy the character, but like I feel like other than Tekken, Guilty Gear is like the second hardest fighting game to get into, and it's like I feel like Guilty Gear is a combination of Tekken 8 knowledgeable characters and Mortal Kombat 1 input challenges, right? And by that I mean not to necessarily say that the inputs are challenging to do, as in they're difficult. It's just that the timing is unique, and it does mess me up, especially when there's a lot of scrambled eggs going on. You know what I'm saying? And stress kicks in, especially in these lower levels. You know, I personally have run into people who I feel like are more knowledgeable in this game, and suffice it to say, it can be a little frustrating when I feel like they're doing certain things I don't know how to counter, or I might not be fully aware of. Like right now, by the time this video has been recorded, right? I don't know how to counteract grabs at all. Like the fact that it's a one button thing, I thought would be pretty like easy to counter, right? But I'm so used to clicking two buttons to grab. The fact that it's one and then a motion forward, it makes it a lot more challenging in my mind to counteract. I don't know what it is, but like those subtle things that you don't think that you would think would be a big problem actually play a big factor in the game. I also like to say that Guilty Gear is a lot like Granblue in that instance, where every fight is different because character personality is a legitimate thing in this game. Like I don't feel like characters play the same in general. From this wolf lady I'm fighting to Falk to what's that one guy with the bag on his head name? They start with F, right? Something like that. I know it started with FAU, something like that. To Slayer, to Viking, to Gold Dig Lewis, to like Saul Bad Guy. Everybody plays differently. You know what I'm saying? And you know, one of the things that I enjoy and I'm also hating, it's kind of like a love-hate relationship, is like learning the personality of these characters all over again and how to counteract them and shit. The high mobility characters in and of themselves give me a lot of stress and a lot of problems in and of itself. Though it isn't like it's not unenjoyable to play. It's just trying to figure out how to counteract them, trying to figure out how to make sure the button I want comes out and I'm not getting something else. Is like the biggest challenge that I feel like I'm enjoying tackling at this moment right now in this current juncture. Yeah, but also like learning like a new character and their combos as well, and how that character likes to play is also something that I'm quietly trying to get back into. Slayer, in my opinion, might be the most difficult character I've tried to learn so far, and I want to try and learn Abba, but I feel like Abba is a little bit harder than Slayer. So once I get to like a comfortable level with Slayer, I might go back and try and play Abba. But honestly, for a little bit of a tangent here, I'm tired of playing rushdown characters that don't have fireballs or projectiles, and it makes it like kind of annoying to play the game, especially when there are a lot of really good characters that have a projectile or a long range button. I just find it like I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm naturally driven towards characters that struggle a lot harder than others via range. Like all the characters I play have some sort of range deficiency, and I'm wondering like what is it that I'm so gravitated towards by these characters to where I want to play them, you know. Abba has really bad range, you know. I would say Slayer's range is kind of mid, you know. Bison's range is fucking abysmal, mid. Cammy's range is mid, you know what I'm saying? Abysmal at times, you know what I mean? So, you know, fucking Vegeta's range mid, and like, you know what I'm saying, like all these characters, but she has fireball, so like I could kind of like adjust, you know, the range game based off the fireball. But you know what I'm saying, all these characters I play, they always have some sort of range issue, you know. They don't play the fireball game, you know, other than Vegeta, it feels like. But yeah, like I want to kind of like, I don't want to break out of it because I like the characters I play. Like, I don't hate them at all. It's just I want to play something a little bit more like autopiloty. Now, I'm not saying that to say I'm gonna be playing Happy Chaos next and I'm gonna be making Happy Chaos videos. Fuck no. I think if I started playing Happy Chaos, there might be a way to say that I'm being brainwashed, because like there's no way I play something that brain dead, you know what I mean? But you know, maybe Unica. Unica was another character that I thought I was gonna play. You know, I'm generally the main reason why I even got back on this game is to hunt Lucy, because I like Cyberpunk, I like Edgerunners, but I know this is an unpopular opinion. I don't think Lucy should be in this game. Like, okay, I feel like after playing her, she fits, right? Like, it makes sense, but her style of play, to me, it's just like, it's mad toxic, dude. Like, you fight a Noah Lucy in Silver, and it feels borderline impossible to deal with her. She has a lot of I think her core game plan is high-low mix, right? And so that right now, I feel like can be really oppressive to play against. And then the fact that her high-low mix comes off of one move is kind of like, okay, it's easier to predict, but you know, with one quick adjustment, it can become very hard to anticipate. And again, playing as Slayer, right, the mix is hard to prevent, and I have to use a very specific move to counteract it, right? So it's a lot harder for me to get in, especially because she has a move that counters Map Punch very easily. She has 2 DPs. It makes no sense why that's even a thing, but she has 2 DPs and they're borderline unbeatable. So it's like, and then if she doesn't want to get in, she has fire, like she has a gun and she'll shoot that shit at you. You know, she'll air this bitch out for real. And you know what I'm saying? And she also can stop time and give you a lot of like debuffs. You know what I'm saying? She can heal herself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I feel like she has a little too much going for her, right? Like, though I'm playing a vampire, my command grab doesn't heal me. It just gives me a universe, right? So why does it that she can hack people's minds and all of a sudden start healing? You know what I'm saying? Why are vampires excluded from healing, but this cyber lady can? Like, it makes me think, why is that a thing? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, she's a new character. She's just came into the game. They want to make her really good, make her really viable and strong. But I feel like just her core mechanics in general and what she can do really well, she's already really good. The fact that she can get all these stat buffs and she can give you all these debuffs and shit, like, a little unnecessary in my opinion. At least for me, make it make sense. At least make the vampires be able to heal off of biting people, because that makes sense, right? That's why they do it. They do it to eat and to survive and to heal. It makes sense. And to get stronger. Like, it does a whole caveat of things, right? But, you know, only allowing it to kind of buff them in kind of a limited time frame, you know, to me, I don't know, it seems like they didn't want to make the characters too overpowered, but like, again, giving a character a healing factor, I don't think makes them too overpowered, especially if you can't spam the button. But I feel like with Lucy, she can kind of spam the level 1 of hers to where she stops time and gives you all the fucking debuffs in the world, and also buffs herself at the same time. Like, I feel like there's a lot of things that that character specifically can do, and I can't wait to be able to shit on her and be able to do like actual power bunker combos and power bunker loops. In this recording, right, this video, this is like day 1, so I'm trying to really get used to my buttons. That's like the big goal. To me, I would say, I'd argue the biggest like thing in fighting games, the 2 biggest things in fighting games that a person should like try to get comfortable with is, well, 3, okay? Countering certain things like grabs, the feel of your buttons, and then the overall feeling of the game, you know, like inputs, you know, delay, because not every fighting game is gonna have what's it called? I was gonna say crossover, but that's not right. What's it called? Rollback netcode. Even though I feel like in the modern era, rollback netcode should be just a given at this point, especially because it's all it's gonna do is improve the player experience. And for me personally, a lot of games that I like to play that are fighting games, the reason why I like to play them is because the netcode is really good. The only games that I can really say that I'm not sure about how good the netcode was, but I still love to play them, is Soul Calibur and this game, because Guilty Gear is like the only time that I run into people who I can tell are like lag switching. So I can tell now in Street Fighter, because obviously I'm in a high level in Street Fighter, I can just tell. But well, as soon as I got on this game, at some points I was just like, oh yeah, this guy's lag switching, and it's kind of apparent, because, you know, why is it only happening in my exchanges, you know, or in like high these really intense scramble situations? Doesn't make a lot of sense, you know what I'm saying? But when they're getting me in this like mistake or catching me in this mistake I've made, you know what I'm saying, like there's nothing going on, you know, it's perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I digress. Vampire on vampire action, student versus the master, kind of crazy. Some things with the dandy step that I gotta get used to, that like it bothers me that it's even a thing, is that the fact that you can jab out of the dandy, and to me it's just kind of like, I wish it was a little bit harder to do, at least on the oppressive side, because it's like, what other buttons do I have really, you know what I'm saying? The command grab is hard to set up into, and at low level, like, I would say it's like a challenge to get off effectively. So I'm really trying to rely on dandy step pressure and like positive mappa, but you know, I really want to get some of my, because I know some of the resets for Slayer, right? But it's just a little bit challenging for me to get. And like, again, like you saw right there, like for some reason some of my combos dropped too. So like, again, a lot of optimization needed for this character right now. And you know, I'm down to learn it. Like, I feel like with Slayer, right, even though so far I haven't really been able to show all of the things I know, mainly because of getting opponent character personality is a little jarring to go up against. You know, Dandy has a lot of high, not Dandy, but Slayer has like a high percentage, like a high chance of doing a lot of damage, right? And I'm trying to get to that point where I can kind of do those high damage combos at will, but like right now, I'm not gonna lie, it's so hard to even be comfortable. Like the windows to link things in a manner that gives me those high damage situations are very, very tight. And again, like, I'm still not used to the inputs in this game even. Like, there have been times where I'm trying to do slash into like another button, and I get wild guard, and it's just like, what the hell is going on, you know what I mean? And it's like, I'm not even clicking both the buttons, but the game perceives me clicking both the buttons at the same time, you know what I mean? and so it's just kind of like my brain gets scrambled, and I'm like, what do I do from here? You know, very interesting thing to run into, but again, it could just be me like thinking too quickly. That's one of the things I will say about this game that I have to get used to, is that this game forces me to think about my situations in a lot slower of a manner than my brain is like used to. Like when I perceive something, I see it very quickly, and then my body enacts it very quickly as well, right? In this game, I feel like to play it well, you have to play it in a very slow manner. Like you really have to like let time kind of drag. And in my mind, I don't know what it is, but if I let a second go by without properly utilizing it, I have wasted that second. You know what I'm saying? So to play a game that's kind of counter that idea, counter to that thought process, is very interesting, and it's gonna really teach me how to slow down. And I feel like that could just help my game plan out throughout all of my fighting games as soon as I get used to it, right? As soon as I can apply it. But yeah, I'm excited, to say the least. I said it before, or maybe I haven't, but I'll say it again. I played this game before, right? But that was only through like season, like I played up until Viking came out. I made Viking and Gold Lewis and Ramlethal, and then obviously I in reverse order I made those characters in order, but yeah, like then I took like a hiatus, you know, because I was a lot of shit was going on in my life, right? Now I'm back at it, trying to figure out what's all happened, right? And this is another reason why I say this game is really hard, is that this game has so many different mechanics in it, and all these mechanics have so many different purposes, like yellow burst, you have the purple burst, you have the blue one. All of them have their own unique time properties and capabilities to it. There's this new dash system thing in it. You know what I'm saying? Then you have this like one charge move that knocks people into the air and you get a cheeky air combo. You know what I'm saying? And then you have to think of all the ways to counter these weird fucking things. And then there's these burst battles and all this. Like there's a lot of crap in this game to like really think about at a high level to be able to play this game even at a moderate level. And it's just kind of like again, you find a person that knows how to do one of any of those options better than you, and you're in like this sea of problems again. And this is why I compare it to Tekken in that regard, to where, you know, you fight a guy who hasn't let go of the game, and you come back playing Reina, and they know like what side to step on Reina to where you're on a weak side. You know, they know when to dodge just by looking at how the character flinches and stuff like that. Those small adjustments that really like show that this person's like either a smurf or they've never like let go of the game. They play the game for a long time. They've played the game without any breaks, you know. And don't get me wrong, like again, me being a knowledgeable fighting game player, I feel like I'll run into these players more often than not. But at the same time, it's like, you know, it's daunting, right? All I think to myself is I gotta learn fast, right? I gotta learn fast, I gotta learn quick, and then I get into that mindset of I gotta utilize every second, right? And then I realize, you know, the game wants you to be slow. They want you to kind of like pick your shots. You know, you have to be very precise. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, that's just something I gotta work in. And then I wouldn't even say I'm not precise in this game. It's just that look at the damage, bro. Like I can get there, right? It's just hard to get there in some instances, right? Because like again, character personality is hard as fuck for me to really deal with. Like you see how much space that Lucy controls? It's very irksome in my opinion trying to like walk into that, because like you walk in a little too close and that's your ass, right? But yeah, like it's just all about maintaining control of like the chaos, right? Guilty Gear, in my opinion, has a lot of high intense situations that like I feel like fry the mind with like how many things could possibly go on in that situation. And the more the more like the character is good in the meta, the more like possibilities you see, right? It's almost like your Sharingan's overloading you type shit, right? And it's just kind of like you're trying to protect yourself from all these options while also keeping your advantage, and it's so fucking hard for me right now anyway, because you know, like though you guys see me like kind of hitting some small stuff here and there, like it's not consistent enough for me to be comfortable in, you know what I'm saying? And fighting some of these characters, I'm stuck in this like this loop of trying to figure out what they're doing and trying to do the things I know and not getting punished for it. There have been a lot of fights that I've been in where it's just counter hit after counter hit after counter hit, and I'm over here scared, depressed now because I'm tired of getting counter hit. You know what I mean? I'm cycling through every option I know, and it's just not working. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing this stuff on run up. They're doing this stuff on wake up, and it's just kind of like I try to do something similar as Slayer, and it's like I can't even do that. It feels, and it again, that character personality. Does my character have really bad wake up options, which I don't, or does my character have really bad wake up options? I know I have to get really close to get a really good like knockdown, for lack of better words, a really good knockdown option for my character as Slayer. But like again, getting there without, you know, instantly getting fucked up is kind of a challenge, right? Because again, some characters actually have DPs. Some characters have really fast buttons on wake up, you know what I'm saying? If I'm a nanosecond off, I will get punished for it. Again, like this game can be very precise at really weird moments, I feel. And for me, the big journey is trying to figure out like where I can play without fucking myself over, you know what I'm saying? That should have been a map hub, to be honest. Oh, and you see it? A missed input and I lose it all. But this is what started my Lucy hate. Like I really just want to beat that character into oblivion. Alright, but good learning experience, I'd say. All my losses are great learning experiences. All I can say is what I could have done better is just confirming. Like, I'm really bad at the links in this game. Like, obviously the red I don't even know what the correct terminology is. The red, I don't want to even call it burst because I know that's wrong, but like the red sphere that you can do after a combo, I can get that in a lot of sequences, right? But if you're a second off, you get the purple version of it, and the purple version isn't as good. It doesn't give you as positive situation as you'd want. And don't get me wrong, in some situations it's a great option, right? But when it comes to combo extension, it's just not the best, right? And that's like, again, those small little caveats to where everything is unique in this game is another reason why I love it, right? I missed that link. I wonder if I would have Dandy stepped into that, would it have linked it better? A little too slow now. Let's fly. Let's rock. We're gonna let it rock in this one. You know, and like obviously I said it before, right? I played this game before, and some characters in my mind were like non-issues, but I find it funny how when I get back into the game, right, the characters I thought were non-issues become problems. You know, this character, in my opinion, she's only an issue because she's really jittery, right? Really fast, bro. Like, I don't really, again, I'm not really that comfortable with my buttons to where, like, I know exactly what to throw out in this kind of like mid to far range situation. And I feel like every character in the game currently, they have something that they can throw out. I know obviously the answer is Mappa, right? You just punch him, but like I've had it stuffed so many times in prior games before, it's where I'm like hesitant to want to just throw it out randomly in neutral, which I know is probably to my detriment, but at the same time, it's like I gotta fight the learned helplessness and just throw out the punch, right? Like in this matchup, particularly, right? It was a great example, and it showed me that sometimes I just have to wait for that one move, and I can just throw out Mappa. Like right there, I could have Mappa'd when she slides in on that with that blade, you know. I'm like, and because Slayer doesn't have like a normal run up animation, he kind of like flash steps. Like his dash, in my opinion, is just like sharp. It's sharp. It's so bad, and it's not bad. It's just I'm bad at it, right? So it just makes it hard for me to be able to run up and really like apply pressure. That's why I feel like I really need to get good at the power bunker, because the power bunker just keeps you on your opponent. It's really good for cross ups. The P bunker is, but K bunker is kind of more like I feel like a combo ender really. Yeah, the K variants to your specials, like I feel like they're just for extra damage, right? But it's super hard for me to even get those off in combo, I feel. A lot of scramble. Like in that situation, right, she crossed me up, and I'm thinking to myself, like, what could I have done to like prevent the cross up? And for the life of me, I couldn't think of anything. But like they gave Slayer like higher HP, so where I think they understood like this man is gonna have to really guess like a lot to really get his shit started, to really apply pressure. So like that slide right there is where I need to map out every single time, because it's negative. It feels mad negative. Like that was a bad blue burst. To like it should have been red, and I know I should have probably like gone into like a command grab or like something better option. Yeah, but like matchups like this, real like after I'm done playing like matchups like this, I normally play like really sharp, because like again these matchups kind of help me understand the flow of the game, for lack of better words, because again this character is like, why'd that drop? This character is really high mobility, right? And when she's negative, she feels very negative, right? So it reaffirms in my instincts, okay, like here's where I can play, here's where I should be pressing offense and stuff like that, and that can go far in every match, right? Alright, well, done beating up on the blondie. Now let's go to Abba. Sweet Abba. I can't say nothing bad about Abba, because I think Abba kind of cute in like a crazy bitch kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And like I don't know what it is. I just have like a weird attraction to loyal women. I know, right? Shocker. But like the reason why Abba's like so like adorable to me is just like, you know, she only wants Ki. She only fuck with Ki. And you know what? A woman like that is a woman I need, you know? A woman that only likes to talk to me. You know what y'all feel me? Like she don't even like fuck with other niggas. She just go into a pocket dimension with Ki and fuck with Ki all day. That's cool as fuck. I'd be Ki any day. All right? They get into some weird stuff too. I don't give a fuck. Ki like that. Ki got used to that shit. He's into it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? What's the key? What the key to he a lot? Her heart. All right. That's all I need. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, Goddamn, baby mama, let me get your love and affection. Anyway, she's throwing that thing around though. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to apply that pressure. And the only way I know how. Map pop. See, if I would have power bunkered there, would it have killed? But again, would it have dropped? I don't know. That's why I get kind of nervous. I know the Mappa punch would a guarantee hit in situations like that, but I know it would have missed as well. And she won and done me too, which is a little unfortunate, but it's whatever. Alright, y'all, final game of the video, man. And all I can say is that, you know, I can understand why she one and done, but I never condone one and doneing, because, like, again, Guilty Gear is one of them games where, like, you fight people who are a little bit more knowledgeable than you, and it feels like there's a chasm of skill that's keeping y'all apart, right? When it's actually like just this one step. And again, like, that just shows the beauty of knowledge, right? And how valuable it can be, right? You can just tell in games like this that if you know a little bit more than your opponent, you might be gulfs apart, and especially in utilization of the information you know. Y'all could know the same amount of shit. It's just all depends on how you use that shit, and if you use that shit more than the other person, and that's what gives you the edge, the advantage, right? Which is something I fuck with heavy. But you know, Yunika, right? Like, Yunika, honestly, Yunika is one of them characters that if the player don't know what they're doing, it's kind of obvious. You're gonna see, like, at this point I'm kind of playing with my feelings because I want to see what Yunika can do, like, more. Obviously, Yunika has, like, a deep... Yunika, in my opinion, is another character that has a lot of privilege. She has a DP as a far-range character. She has a lot of these, like, very good on startup buttons that beat out other buttons. So it's like, if you're a very knowledgeable Yunika, it's like really hard to get in on her, and it's really like yeah, it's just really hard to get in on her. She has really positive combo pressure in corner if she puts you in corner, right? And it's just like it's just a difficult, frustrating time, right? If I would have bursted there and got combo, I wonder what would have happened. Game probably would have ended a lot faster. There's like this other part to Slayer too where he like red RCs during a dash, and he gets like positive like combo advantage off of it too. And like, I'm just trying to figure out how you even do that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, so much to a character to make it good, you know what I'm saying? Like, to really unlock his full potential, right? And I'm just kind of like over here chomping at the bit. Insane in the membrane. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Kind of a stomp. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.